Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we are going to talk about the Republican Party trying to distance itself from, well, the Republican Party. And we are going to talk about some GOP politicians trying to distance themselves from themselves and things that they held up as major policy achievements. And now that the completely predictable outcomes of those achievements have started to occur, they want to pretend like they had nothing to do with it. Okay, so to catch everybody up, the great state of Alabama, the courts there have ruled that like frozen, fertilized embryos, those are children. Those are children. Obviously, fertility clinics and patients, well, they have concerns about this decision. So much so that some of the clinics have paused treatment. So now that the courts have reached this incredibly unpopular decision, what are the GOP politicians saying? Trump, to his credit, has come out and said, I support IVF treatments. Good for you, except this is your fault. And I quote, I was able to kill Roe v. Wade. Trump is saying that he supports this. He's the one who's responsible for this ending. He's the one that's responsible for this mess. If you believe that he supports IVF treatments, you have to believe that he is incapable of seeing the consequences of his own actions. Those things go together. Or, I guess you could just assume that he's lying to you. Okay, what about Tuberville? Tuberville, when asked about the decision, he said, I'm all for it. Said he was all for it. That's cool. And then he goes on to say, we need to have more kids. We need to have an opportunity to do that. And thought this was the right thing to do. When pressed about what exactly that means by the press, he went on to say, well, that's for another conversation. I think the big thing is right now, you go back to the situation and try to work it out. There's more like word salad that follows. But the end result is, I don't think that anybody who watched or heard that response believes that the senator has any idea what's going on. Like, he literally does not understand the situation. And is just trying to move away from, again, the completely predictable and inevitable results from the Republican Party's longtime policy goal that was finally achieved. And now it's causing issues all over the country because it was a bad idea. The Attorney General's office in Alabama has stated they have, quote, no intention of going after the clinics or families, patients, anything like that. And that's great. I mean, for real, that it is nice to have that said. But that's not the law. That changes with the next Attorney General. That changes if the current Attorney General changes their mind. Roe v. Wade was a check on government authority. The party that likes to pretend that it wants to check government authority really doesn't. Or they don't understand the consequences of their own action. This occurred. This is happening right now because the Republican Party wanted to take away the rights of millions of people and succeeded. It's going to get worse. There's more coming. And the Republican Party, while you have some politicians who are either aware of what the polling says or unaware of the situation, or at least somewhat trying to put people at ease, the end result is that the Republican Party as a whole is still trying to make things worse. They're still moving forward with legislation that will make things worse. Even as the completely predictable results that were used in arguments way back then, are starting to happen. This is not the party of freedom. This is the party of big government. This is the party of them controlling everything that you do and you cheering it along because they have an R after their name and they pretend to love a document they've never read. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.